Hey, what's up guys? Kolst here, bringing you this draft analysis video. We're going to be looking at 12-0 Rogue, featuring the one and only Lord and Savior of Arena, Ultrasaur. Now, this deck again was right before the micro adjusts, which nerfed Rogue, but the deck isn't super crazy card quality-wise, so I don't think it'd be too crazy to get decks like this now. Anyway, let's just jump right into this. Alright, so let's see, we got a couple quick picks here. Power Creeper, I just hardly pass. Phoenix is good, but Power Creeper is just vital, I think. Sharkfin fans also. In Rogue, it's pretty good. Best card there. Here, I think it's a little interesting. A lot of people really like Picroc, and I like Picroc too, but I think it's slightly overrated. I still pick it a lot, but I really don't skip Ferrocats. Ferrocats just provides such an insane amount of flexibility and value. Gotta take the cap there. Card set's nice thing to have. 12-year, just best card there. Here, I'm thinking about the Mummy, but as I said, this was before Rogue got micro-adjusted. I feel like it's just, you don't need to take that risk. The 2-drop is fine. It would be okay, but it's a little early to pick one up. The 2-drop, I think, is the most consistency. Here, Plaguebringer, I love that card. Final part of the strategy. And here is the pick. So, there's two cards in this bucket. Mischief Maker, it's a 3-mana 3/3. I don't like the Battle Cry though, it just introduces a bad type of variance to me. It's already understated. So, you know, I'm looking at my boy, the Ultrasaur. Kinda wanna do it. Kinda wanna do it, I'm gonna be honest. But I mean, people ask me sometimes why 10 drops are bad, and it's just because you really want initiative from those late game drops, and Ultrasaur just very much doesn't do that. But it's also not the worst tool in the world to have. Sometimes you just need that value, and Ultrasaur will provide that over a very long period of time. Think about the Mischief Maker, because a 3-mana 3/3, maybe that's the same pick, but sometimes I passed over the late game already. I'm looking at it, and I do pull the trigger. Here, I think Firefly is just the best card. If you were desperate for value, you could take a Minstrel maybe, but you'd be passing a lot, and we just got an Ultrasaur, so we don't need value. Get the Firefly. Fan Knives there is great. I like the other cards too, but Fan's great. And here we got quite the other late game legendary pick. So I think it's between Octosari and Psymat for sure. Actually, people in my chat were like, "Why not Rafam? Isn't Rafam really good?" It is, but it's like a 19 mana card, and we already have an Ultrasaur, so we have enough super crazy greedy value. I think that's also gonna be part of the reason that I believe I will choose Psymat over the Octosari. I actually haven't played with Octosari very much, and it's definitely a very powerful card. I would say it has more potential to just win you the game by itself, but it's also risky because it is a bit slow. Sometimes you just won't get that card draw in time, and the 8/8 just won't do enough for you. But Psymat will always provide that consistency. Obviously, most of the time you're going to be taking Rush and Divine Shield, and you can use that to remove a guy. It's like a super pit croc, basically. You just can't go face, but it's a crazy amount of value. As I was saying, Octosari does have more potential to win you the game by itself. But, so I would say, the worse your deck is, the better Octosari is, and the better your deck is, the better Psymat is. So, I think we have a good deck. Let's go for the Psymat. Here, Sunfury Protector is great. Taunting up an Ultrasaur can be very useful, so go for that. Just the best card, even if you ignore the text, I think. Here, the Shaker's fine. And Bone Wraith, another one of those taunts, I just don't skip. Here, Sightless Ranger is great. Former Champ is great as well. We're kind of getting those 5-drops rolling. Since I just took those 2 5s, I think I will favor the Perdition's Blade here. If I didn't have those last 2 picks, I probably would have taken the Rock. But don't want to go too crazy on 5-drops too early. Here, just another Bone Wraith. Hard to skip those ever. Basilisk, best card there. Here I'm thinking between the 2 3-drops. Lone Champion, I've had a bit of trouble activating sometimes, especially when you have like Fireflies and stuff. It can be hard, so Chaos Taker is more consistent, I think. Now here's a super polarized pick. You take Volatile Elemental, it's okay, but I think the more powerful cards usually is going to be either Sprint or Shadow Step. You kind of have a Again, a super polarizing choice. You can go take Sprint and be way too slow, take Shadow Step and be way too light. So, again, since we have the Ultrasaur already, I don't really want to go even heavier than I already have. You have too many late game cards like that that don't really provide any initiative. It can just get you in dicey situations. You draw too many of your opening hand, you basically lose the game. I think I'm going to favor the Shadow Step. Looking through the deck, there's a lot of potential value for the Shadow Step. Plaguebringer, even you can just cycle with Feral Cat, so I think I'm happy with that. Here, not much of a choice. Sergeant's fine. You could try to meme out the decoy Ultrasaur meme, but probably not a good idea. Here, Monk is great. It's a very underbucketed card. Format 3/6 is great. Here, Teach is okay. I don't love Disciple with all the pings in the meta. And this one's interesting because we picked all the Shao Step, the Abusive Sergeant already. Another one feels like we're getting way too light, so I'm gonna favor the Living Monument. Big taunt, sometimes that's what you need, so it could work. Now here I think this is a really interesting choice between these 3 4-drops. Pillager is the best standalone 4-drop, but Phoenix is probably a better card most of the time. That initiative can be really useful, but the whole choice between Phoenix and Plaguebringer is really interesting. A lot of times, Plaguebringer is actually going to do about the same as Phoenix, but Phoenix will provide value in certain situations that you can't get a Plaguebringer Valkyrie value. So it's more consistent, but Plaguebringer has way more upside. I think I'm going to favor the upside here because other than our other Plaguebringer, we don't have a single hard removal, so we definitely want that effect. So I do believe we're going to take it here. It's really close, though. Because honestly, with how slow our deck is, the more guaranteed initiative would definitely be valuable as well, but maybe it's a little greedy. But we have those 1-drops that's going to make Plaguebringer pretty easy to activate, we would hope, so go for it. Actually, even with stuff like Bone Wraith, Plaguebringer can be really good as well. Because obviously putting Plaguebringer on a small token is great, but putting Plaguebringer on a high health minion that'll be able to trade and then survive and still leave a Poisonous Minion behind is also amazing. Here, I'm thinking about the Violet Worm, because we could use, I think, still one more late game card. Still tough. I mean, we have a lot of value, but problem is Violet Worm really, I don't think, is the value we would want, just because, again, it doesn't have any initiative attached to it. And yeah, it's sticky, but people can just go phase. So I think the Firefly is the safer pick here. And we're going to try to see if we can get another late game card. But this is tough. I think if you take the Violet Worm at the end of the day, you're just being a little bit too greedy. And Firefly, especially with the Plaguebringers, as we mentioned, can get a lot of value. Here, this is an interesting choice between 3 early game cards. Volvir is absolutely amazing. Obviously, we have one. I think I'd take Zerker just for a bit of a change of pace. It gives us a little bit of anti-area of effect insurance, anti-board clear, so it's good. And I think Shard could be useful because it's nice to freeze something like a Violet Worm sometimes, but I think we're getting a bit too light there. Now this pick is really tough. Plaguebringer versus Tar Creeper. Those are 2 cards I really don't like to skip ever, but of course we have to choose one. Given that we have 2 Plaguebringers already, and we are a bit low on 3-drops, I'm going to favor the Tar Creeper here. And for pick 30, really interesting pick. I think it's just got to be the Fungalmancer. It's really a perfect Fungalmancer deck. Pickrock would be nice too, to have that reach, but Fungalmancer really does about the same amount of impact just for less mana. Typically, that happens a lot earlier. It's just such a useful tool for ending games against slower classes. It's the perfect card here. And that's going to close out our deck here. So thinking back about this deck, 10 drops actually really did some work for this deck. There were a couple games that Ultrasaur really held its weight in Monument, held us out from losing our life. Of course, I think the real carries of the deck, first of all, the 1-drops, the Fireflies, with the Fungalmancer, the Tar Creeper, the Bone Wraith, those stuff, just that package of cards just works together oh so well. I think that's what really brought the deck to where it ended up. And of course, the Psymat was pretty good too. But of course, thanks for watching this video, everyone. If you want to watch the run in its entirety, as always, the link to the Twitch highlights is available below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch if you want to see these games live. course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you think this kind of content is helpful. Follow me on Twitch if you want to see these runs live. And as always, I'm interested to hear what you guys think. If you have made other picks, feel free to comment why, or feel free to ask any questions you have as well. Any engagement helps me out. In any case, thanks for watching. See you next time.